Captain Ibrahim Traore has instantly responded to the August 24th attacks on the people of Barsalogo by sending a convoy of the Special Forces of Burkina Faso to the site of the massacre. This attack has been the most devastating Burkina Faso witnessed since Captain Ibrahim Traore assumed power, as the Islamist militants opened fire on civilians and soldiers, digging defensive trenches in Barsalogo, a few miles away from the capital Ouagadougou. But what is the significance of this attack on the global geopolitics, and how does it complicate or address the security situation in the Sahel region? And finally, how has Captain Ibrahim Traore responded to these cowardly attacks on the people of Barsalogo? This is what we are going to find out in this video. But before we start, please remember to share this video and please subscribe so that YouTube updates you every time we upload a video. Now let's get started. The attack on Barsalogo is being amplified by the Western media in a manner that is aimed at demoralizing the gallant sons and daughters of Burkina Faso from a continued fight. With biased and objective interviews like this one,
the attack indicates the militants' offensive is approaching the doors of capital Ouagadougou, and I think that's the important point. The village Barsalogo lies near the town of Kaya. It's a strategic town in north-central Burkina Faso that also hosts the last standing military force between the town and the capital Ouagadougou as well.
The imperialists are seeking to break the morale of the Burkinabe people. As we talk about this attack, it is extremely important that we understand step by step how this attack occurred. The people of Barsalogo were mobilized by the security forces of Burkina Faso to voluntarily and patriotically participate in the defense of the fatherland. As part of the mobilization, the community swung into action when the cowardly militants attacked and butchered the patriotic, peace-loving people of Burkina Faso. However, what the Western media is not talking about is the question of how the militants were able to pinpoint where exactly the communities were digging the defense trenches, just like the attack on the soldiers of Mali by the Islamist rebels there. After receiving intelligence briefing from imperialist countries that are working to bring down the resolve of the people of the Sahel states, so many questions remain unanswered as to how the militants knew exactly where and when the community was digging the defense lines. It is simple. They were likely backed by foreign forces that are operating from bases located in puppet states like Benin and Ivory Coast, as earlier this year hinted by President Ibrahim Traore. The bad wishers and puppet African leaders are hinting on the attack as a drawback for Burkina Faso that the country cannot recover from. But we can officially report to you that the resolve of the people of Burkina Faso under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore is not broken. In fact, if anything, the attack has united the people of Burkina Faso the more. The swift response by Captain Ibrahim Traore's administration is a clear sign of leadership that is established on the true mandate of the people. Immediately, the news of the attack broke loose on the media. The government of Captain Ibrahim Traore dispatched senior government officials to visit and assess the extent of the damage of the attack. The senior government delegation moved with all the necessary relief aid much needed by the people of Barsalogo. The decision to send the senior government teams to Barsalogo was not only for aid, but to also demonstrate the commitment of the government of Burkina Faso to support and share the sorrow of the people of this village, sending a clear signal to the Western imperialists that no attack shall ever divide the country. In a speech by Ibrahim Traore, read by a senior government official on arrival at Barsalogo, he expressed his deepest heartfelt condolences to the fallen Burkinabes and assured those alive that the rest of Burkina Faso and the government shares their pain and stand with them, no matter the conditions. The government also ensured that the much-needed medical attention was accorded to those in need, and those who required much more specialized attention were airlifted to hospitals in Kaya and other to the capital. The quick response from the government of Captain Ibrahim Traore is not something easily seen in many African countries. Another thing that is extremely crucial for us to understand is the fact that, while the Western media tries to position this attack as a sign of failure by Captain Ibrahim Traore to deal with the security situation, the reality on the ground is that since last year, the government of Ibrahim Traore has delivered knockout blows to the insurgents in Djibo, reclaiming gold and other mineral mines from the control of insurgents, and opening roads with specialized security details and aid deliveries to areas that had been cut off by the terrorists for years. Barsalogo is one of the few areas that the government has been working to liberate, and this explains the digging of the defense trenches. Those doubting will need to hear this, that Captain Ibrahim Traore has since then dispatched the special forces of Burkina Faso to the region. The movement of the special forces was backed by the country's air force, delivering intelligence in advance in a similar manner that Djibo was liberated. Look at these two stupid terrorists who tried to dare the convoy of the special forces. Little did they know they were being watched, and in no time, they joined their creator. Probably for a few pennies paid to them by the imperialists to destabilize the Sahel region. We wish to remind our African enthusiasts that the desire by the imperialists to break the African resolve is too high. We need to understand that Rome was never built in one day. We have started the liberation movement of Africa. We expect the barbaric attacks by the imperialists, but our resolve must stand strong. Let us know what you think in the comments section. Until then, thanks for watching.